My name is Lisa, and you're probably wondering, why am I up a tree? Don't worry, I have health insurance, and if all else fails, I have life insurance. I'm just kidding. Although I do have both of those insurances, I know better than to climb a tree. Most people use some reasonable judgment in the things that they do. But did you know that most people are 3 times more likely to go to a court of law than they are to go to the hospital? Now, most of us do have that kind of insurance, the health insurance, maybe even the life insurance. How many people have legal insurance? I know you're thinking, what is legal insurance? Can you even get legal insurance? You can. It's called Legal Shield. I have been a member for 15 years. I have used it so many times because bad things happen to good people all the time. Sometimes we just need the advice of a lawyer. Sometimes we need more than just the advice. And it's nice because I can make a phone call and I can get the advice that I need anytime that I need it. And if it happens to be an emergency, they have a 24/7 number that I can call as well. It's great to have that kind of peace of mind. Most people don't have it, and that's why I'm here talking to you today, because I believe everyone needs to have Legal Shield. I'm just going to tell you a few stories of some of the things that I have used it for. I had somebody once tell me that they think that the only time you need a lawyer is if you're a criminal. Well, go pick up a phone book, and yes, they do still make them. Look up lawyers, and I'm going to guarantee that you're not just going to find criminal lawyers listed. People need lawyers all the time. Over the years, I have used a lawyer for so many different things. Signing contracts such as renting apartments, buying and selling cars, buying my first home. There's all kinds of things that we sell and buy and that we have to sign a contract for. And it's good to have somebody who can look it over. When we rented one of our last apartments that we were in, it's kind of one of my favorite stories. We had a lot of problems with that landlord. Right from the start, after getting into the apartment, we had our lawyer look over that contract and everything looked great. We did have them add in 2 things because they said we could have our cats and we could have our satellite dish. The cats were not a problem, we just had to pay a fee for them, a small deposit, but it turns out that the satellite dish was a huge problem because their idea was that I could put it on a tripod in my basement apartment. Yeah, if you have a satellite, you know that's not how they work. After talking with them, trying to reason with them, and I was getting nowhere, they said, well, I suppose you could just move out. Well, anybody who's moved knows that costs a lot of money. So instead, I just called Legal Shield. He looked over it, said, it's right here in the contract. He wrote them a letter for me, and instead, they bought out my satellite dish so that I was no longer under that contract. Later on, we started having problems with a leaking pipe that was actually up to them to fix, but they didn't really want to take care of it. So again, I called my lawyer at Legal Shield, and he wrote a letter, took care of it for me. Well, you know that because I was such pain for them, by the time that we moved out, they did not want to give us back our deposit. They had all kinds of excuses for it. So again, I called my Legal Shield lawyer. He wrote a letter for us, and we got the majority of that deposit back. Things happen all the time that you need to have a lawyer for, that you just need someone to write a letter or give you some legal advice. That's why I love having Legal Shield, because I can get advice on anything, anytime. And it can be for small things as well. I had an argument one time over whether or not you can legally drink when you're 19 as long as you're in the presence of your parent and in a home that they buy. It was hilarious, but nonetheless, let me tell you that at least in Idaho, that's not legal. I can call a lawyer anytime I want, and I want you to be able to too, because I am sure you go through things in your life as well. I am constantly hearing people talk about things, whether it's in a waiting room, and I've started talking with them then, or waiting to get on a plane, or just talking in a restaurant, and they're always talking about things that if they could just talk to a lawyer, they could get settled very easily. And for less than $20 a month, how can you beat that? On top of that, they do your will for you. I take care of my father-in-law. They help to see the difference in guardianship and having power of attorney. It's a huge difference. There are so many things that just being able to talk to a lawyer and find out what the difference is and what you need to know can make all kinds of difference for you. On top of that, I also have ID Shield. Now, unfortunately, we live in a world where our identities are at risk all the time. Every time you turn around, you buy something at a grocery store and then you find out that grocery store was compromised by someone. Buying gas, you're always worrying, did somebody put something in here to try to take my identity? But do you realize that the majority of identity theft is not done through your credit card? The majority of it is going to be your social security, your driver's license, your passport, your hospitalization information. Do you realize how much damage could be done if somebody gets into that? The insurance company that I went through last year for my health insurance was compromised, which means my information's out there now. But I'm really not worried because I have ID Shield. Not only that, I have a young son. It protects his identity as well. As a parent, that helps to also bring me peace of mind. So I put together this website because I want you to have the same peace of mind that I have. I want you to be able to feel secure in what's going on, and I want you to have somebody there to have your back in case something was to happen to you that you need legal advice with. So please take a look, and if you have any questions at all, please feel free to get a hold of me, ask me questions, because that's what I'm there for, and I want to be able to help you to have insurance just like I do.